Both of them don't have an impact inside lanes. They really just try and focus on their lane and then maybe try and become useful later on in the matchup. Either way, let's go ahead and load on to Champ Select. It's going to be Berjaya Dragons over on the blue side with Coach Paul, and then HKA on red with Coach Skywalk.
All right, so Berjaya Dragons taking out Senna off of the table, and the most very understandable ban is the Aphelios. Now, this is where things start to differ. Do you want to ban out the Elise, or perhaps something a little bit more aggressive? Looks like that's going to be the Ornn. So 3Z, Ozzy, that's out of their hands now. But a lot of the teams have opted to opening the set more. And looks like that's going to be a ban on Zoe, which is a direct ban towards, I believe, Minji, who has used it twice.
Yeah, Minji's played a couple times, so not going to have the Zoe available to him. A lot of the red side bans that I expect being like, you know, the Senna and the Ornn. This time, the Dragons opt to get rid of it.
Oh, no
and
set.
No set either, so we're seeing a lot of the, you know, first picks being taken away. I assume, though, this is going to be likely a Misfortune. Yeah. The first pick, Prio on Misfortune.
Probably Ezreal for Eminem. I would like to assume. But he did... Yeah,
last time he played against Berjaya, this is actually the time we got to see the Kaisa come out.
Yes, that's true. And that was 10.4. Oh, wait, no, 10.3 even, I think.
Yes, I believe it was a 10.3 match. Interesting here. The Syndra is going to be picked up. Jimin actually played it in the last matchup. This time Chase will be at the handle, at the driver's seat of the champion, and that's also going to be a Varus. A lot of follow-up CC actually available for HKA. You got the Scatter of the Week in there. You also got, of course, the Chain of Corruption that comes out from the Varus. It can really follow up easily on some of these jungle ganks, but ooh, we get ourselves an Echo lock-in here for the Dragons.
Okay, so Echo has been picked up, I think, for the third time now, but it hasn't really gave out the results that people wanted it to get, so I am a little bit still 50-50 on the Echo. We'll see where, well, assuming it's going to be mid lane. So for some reason, I'm always on guard with all of these switcheroos in the draft. I think it's because also HKA, I think they're the ones that drafted the Ornn in the...
Oh, no. It's a Trundle.
The Ornn support.
It's Trundle.
It's Trundle again.
Ah!
I think at
why are
this
teams
point,
picking Trundle?
Yeah, 0% at the moment. I think it's because... I'd like to assume...
Is it actually at 0% in our win rate?
I would like to assume it is.
Are you serious? Is it actually 0% when I look at the Trundle stats? If it is, I'm gonna...
Am I wrong?
Okay, it's got, I think it's
one
got,
victory.
I think it's got 1 or 2 victories.
Okay.
It was up there for half a sec. But, yeah, other than that, Trundle's been a bit lackluster as far as performance goes, and especially on Holo. Like, Holo... First week actually at PCS, he had something like a damage share of like 3%, which is, that literally means he was playing PvE League of Legends until late game, and then he went like, I'm going to do one combo. That was pretty much all he did. So, I hope he's proactive. The lanes he's going to be ganking here. Like, it's hard to get on top of an Echo. Misfortune, we'll see what is going to be paired with. It might be the Thresh is still open as Brahm's been taken away already. Looks like HKA are going to go for the Kench. Oh, we're going to have so much safety in these lanes, Riku.
Oh.
We're going to... It's already looking like a longer game.
It is looking like that. As, yeah, Tom Kench, a lot of safety for HKA side. They can also do flanks with the Abyssal Voyage if they wanted to. So that will be their... access to the backline, if you will. Yeah, Thresh, Chili actually doesn't have a record of playing Thresh, but he did play a lot of Nautilus, which I think produced a lot of the results that Berjaya Dragons wanted to, but looks like they're opting for that. Lots of really nice Thresh plays today, so I am expecting a lot on Chili this time around. Then now K2 in the meantime will be playing, oh not K2, Ozzy in the meantime will be up at top with the Mordekaiser. Yeah, he has been picking interesting picks before.
We get 3Z on his Gangplank.
Oh, yeah.
3Z's Gangplank actually is, if I recall, 3Z's had a bit of a rough time with the Gangplank actually. I don't think that's actually gone well for him the last time we saw it, so hopefully he can turn that one around.
It's
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's not get a Syndra down in support.
Bring it back.
Oh no, I
Syndra
was
bot.
wrong here. So the gameplay, it's an okay score. It was against Nova. It was a 3, 4, and 10. He helped, okay?
He helped.
That's all he could. That's
With a cannon barrage, it's enough.
He does the cannon barrage. Well, that was actually from their long game. Yeah. HKA, on average, I think they actually have the longest games in the PCS, along with Berjaya Dragons. So we might be setting ourselves up for a bit of a little bit of story time possibly in this early game, depending on whether either team actually wants to go aggressive. We'll see as we load on into the Rift. I'm excited to see the Echo once again from Minji. Always like seeing Echo in the pro play. It's always fun to watch. Berjaya, Hong Kong Attitude. 5th game of the night. Let's go.
Alrighty. So it's a flip of a coin here, Opal. Yeah, we've seen so many jungler pickups where it says early game action, but not really. Getting bamboozled. Ooh, it's my favorite skin too on the Echo. I think that's the first time we're gonna see the true damage Echo.
True.
In the PCS, it's an insta-buy for me when it was announced.
Really?
Yes. I love true damage.
See, my first exposure to true damage was like a 50-50. Because I was at the finals this last year in Paris. And we did the seats that we all sat in. We were with the EU office. And unfortunately, they placed the seats on one of the sides. So we didn't actually get to see any of the AR on stage.
Oh, like the hologram and stuff.
No, we completely did not get to see that. Like, at least if you're on, like, the other side of it, you kind of know, oh, there's something happening.
Yeah.
But when you're, like, right in line with it, you actually were not able to see that there was a bunch of AR on stage.
That is unfortunate.
Like, the only one we got to see was Fun Plus Phoenix's AR, because it was on an angle,
Yeah.
their logo, so... yeah, true damage, it was just like, oh, this is a sick song. Let's go. We in the club now. There was a lot of those. And you got to see, like, the animation on the screens, but they tried to angle it around the side, so you didn't actually get to see the full animation. I actually had to watch it afterwards.
Yeah, I think the best part out of that performance was, I think,
Early aggression here. Chili's going to go to about half health. They'll be fine, though. Now,
still
K2,
trading.
they still want to keep going here. Wing is going to be able to possibly get a stun if Chili keeps going aggressive here. We got Holo already clearing out his blue buff onto his Gromp. Enzo going to be doing the same.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Chili has Ignite there on the Thresh.
Oh yeah, it is Ignite Thresh this time. We don't really see the Exhaust, even though Exhaust got buffed, actually.
Yeah, very. Yeah, I think we've seen a couple of exhausts already.
It's the only Exhaust I've actually been seeing too often is usually on the
Zoe.
Zoe picking it up in lane.
I think we've seen it once or twice already in the bottom lane.
Let's see Enzo. He's just going to clear out a ward. Last time in this matchup, the Vision game was actually pretty dominated by Berjaya. That's one thing they've been doing very consistently is if they're able to get a bit of an advantage, they'll get a lot of Vision down. Holo actually invading. I was not expecting this. He's actually trying to go for a quick path here. So let's see if he makes some action happen as K2 and Chili are pushed pretty far forward. Oh, he ends up showing. Oh, is he sneaking around the edge? Oh, that ward is in an awful spot. Chili, he's going to be crying here. Lantern gets him over to safety with the flash, so it's just going to be the one summoner burned as the unfortunate placement on that ward allowed Holo to just sneak in. He's going to actually see that ward and be like, no way.
Nice wall hugging by Holo there. So it's small victories. It's the small victories that count. So you remove Chili's flash. Therefore, the potential flash death sentence is going to be negated for the next few minutes, seconds. Lantern in. So,
Again.
Yeah, Eminem doing really well into this matchup against K2.
Take a look toward this top lane. 3Z on the Gangplank. I think he actually did play the Gangplank into a Mordekaiser last time. Usually only see the Mordekaiser and Gangplank once we start getting low on the jungle, not jungle, top lane pickups. Holo, though, I say I was surprised to see him like invade, slightly pathing aggressively like that. Because in the last matchup, he was on Lee. What was he on? Was he on a Lee Sin? Yes, he was on Lee Sin, and he did not take a single jungle camp away from Enzo. I don't even know how that's possible. Like,
Okay,
you're like a Lee Sin. You should be at least getting.
Can, yeah.
Yeah, you can get in there.
You're made to do that. That's
You're made
why.
to counter jungle and mess up the enemy jungler.
Exactly.
It was into Enzo's Rek'Sai though, so Enzo went Conqueror. Okay, I've lost
It's
hope
the
for
Conqueror,
the No,
Rek'Sai now, Opal.
Rek'Sai's fights don't last long enough to really benefit from it. By the time you get Conqueror, you've already killed them.
That's true.
I thought that's the idea. A little extra sustain. So
Yeah, it helps.
but yeah, last time we saw the two jungles, it was Holo versus Enzo, and yeah, Holo just never invaded. And to see the HK actually be proactive and actually going for this Drake right away, considering they gave it up all in the last time we saw this matchup. Well, let's see, does Enzo see this? Oh, he's going to sneak around the corner. 900 health. Scatter of the Weak is going to land there from Chase. Hook, not going to connect, and that's going to be the first dragon of the game going on over to Hong Kong Attitude.
Very smooth take by HKA here on that first dragon of the game. But yeah, I think it has something to do with confidence. It depends on their matchup. I feel like when it comes to these top teams from the former LMS, they tend to be less confident, therefore not able to do things around the map, especially if their comp fits well for the early game. So I think they tend to be more wait for the objectives to spawn, then we'll fight around that. And this is definitely, very refreshing to see for HKA. Now for Berjaya Dragons, they do have a track record as well of being, that kind of team too. Just let everything slip away, let the enemy get the objectives, and perhaps we'll try to fight them for later. So I guess it depends. They tend to swap attitudes when it comes to the match.
See, Chili and K2 once again going to try and push in. Slight little difference when it comes to the CS. M&M though is actually going to get that kept. It's going to keep pushing into him actually. So that's a small little lead starting to form in the bot lane for Hong Kong Attitude. As Ozzy just kind of brings over the cannon. I didn't even know you could do that with the barrel.
Wait, which one?
He like death grass over the barrel. I didn't know you could move the barrels like that.
I didn't know either.
Unless like 3Z just put it on top of him trying to get a barrel combo, but didn't actually have a barrel ready. All right.
That's interesting.
Small interactions. We're still learning with the Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
There were so many bugs on the release that were hilarious. I liked the one where if you took the Yuumi to the Death Realm, she just stayed there.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, you just like trapped
Yuumi.
You trapped the poor cat in the Death Realm, and she didn't come back.
Oh, no.
The book can make portals, but it can't escape the Death Realm, apparently.
I didn't know about that interaction. That's actually a pretty scary interaction.
Wing here is caught out on a ward. Enzo, that's rather aggressive. Minji's nearby. Hook is going to land over onto the Varus, but Chili does not pull the trigger to go over the wall for the play. It'll be a little bit of a disengage coming out from both sides as Chase is going to get his first blue buff.
Yep, sorry. As Berjaya Dragons, they do have a strategy in mind when it comes to, with focusing more on K2. Most likely once they get the Rift Herald, perhaps they want to funnel all of that gold towards K2. I guess the problem is, I think normally when you see a misfortune, the enemy team will decide to go for an Ezreal, and therefore I think in terms of wave clear, of course, this Varus will do way better than the Ezreal with your Q. So at that point, I guess maybe Berjaya Dragons would decide to change that strategy a little bit. Okay, Enzo.
Oh, Enzo, that Seeker was a bit off there, bud. Ends up throwing it into the river. Maybe maybe Holo's going to try and path upwards? Not sure. K2 in the bot lane is going to get a free push in. After falling a little bit behind in CS, he got a free back, and we already see HKA looking to prio up toward the top side of the map for this Rift Herald, as they've already brought the Kench and the Varus, so 5 members of HKA in the top side. I think that is going to be the call from K2. He just wants to get a couple more turret plates in his favor. Chili's also there. Chain of Corruption being used right away. Chili didn't have to burn his flash. So no Chain of Corruption available in the middle of the pit. Here comes the Echo as well, trying to join in. Ozzy, got to be careful, goes into the death realm. Parallel Convergence, nowhere near the fight. And this poor Mordekaiser is kind of left out to dry. Let's see if the Dragons try and go for the engage. Oh, it gets a decent shield there, as well as the Cannon Barrage, but still no kills go through. Rift Herald, though, was secured by Hong Kong Attitude. Oh, Enzo wants this. He's going to go ahead and jump on top of him. Gets the Conqueror proc, but 3Z able to get over. Oh, flashes over the wall, but Enzo follows through. That's going to be first blood. There's a tunnel, but there's the lantern to safety. Chili is able to find his Rek'Sai, and with that, first blood goes on over to the Dragons.
Wait, I want to know how Chili passed, because he threw a lantern for Ozzy, and then suddenly he's behind the Rift Herald bit. I am curious.
I think he went down toward mid lane, and then he realized, oh, Enzo wants to try and go for this. So
yeah. Okay, so there's Chili with the first lantern.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, and then he went, he went all the way, all around.
Enzo's like, come on, I can get this kill.
Yeah, just give me the lantern. Okay, so he just walked, and this is a nice assassinate, like good props to 3Z, of course, consuming the flash to put Enzo in an awkward position, but Chili was right there when waiting for that.
Yeah, Chili to help him. Meanwhile, though, Rift Herald was popped immediately by HKA. So Hollow's going to come over as well and pick up the tower. And that's going to be first brick going in favor of Hong Kong Attitude to start off their rematch here against the Dragons.
Nicely done by HKA here. Not only a Rift Herald, and they can actually save that. Actually, did they consume the Rift Herald already for the
they
top
did.
side? Oh, they did.
That's why it had so little health on the tower.
Right.
As K2 has just been free pushing this bot lane. Going to get himself another turret plate. So a lot of that gold getting funneled over to the Misfortune. Also went Call on the first back. It's going to get a little bit of a gold injection here in a couple minutes. So far, looking so good. Mid lane has become the new top lane, apparently, for 3Z. As Mordekaiser is still going to try and soak up as much experience to try and get that push up for the Dragons.
Berjaya Dragons do have a lot of vision, does have a lot of coverage, especially in the lower portion of the map. Ozzy spots out 3Z, but gotta be careful. Hola's right there, he's sitting on a ward as well.
The Dragons were also able to obtain this Ocean Drake, so it is going to be Infernal Soul for our game between the two. Look at this. Chili looking at a position possibly for a flank. Is right on top of a ward though, so the dream is dead pretty much instantly. He's like, I'm Thresh, I'm going to go in, and nothing you can really do. Yeah.
Well, they got to be careful as Eminem already has, wow, CS is dead even for the AD carries. Bork already completed, and meanwhile K2 still not complete with, I assume, the Essence Reaver. But then again, you're a Misfortune. You're gonna be pretty deadly, especially later on.
I also mentioned this top lane matchup is, again, 3Z, not going in his favor. He's starting to fall very far behind in CS. He's already down about 45 CS, so that's almost halfway there for a Flame Horizon for Ozzy. Not the best start, considering, like, when you look at the pair on a matchup, they're actually relatively close in stats, minus just the KD. Like, CS per minute, actually, 3Z's been usually fine in lane phase. But it seems he's fallen a bit behind, even with the amount of help he received up in that top lane to get the tower immediately. As a blue buff going to go back on over to Chase.
Yep, and, well, Proto Belt already completed for both, Mordekaiser and as well as the Echo. So, in case, like, well, 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, they're gonna fight. 2 minutes or so. At least Berjaya Dragons do have that, you know, backline access, like, to close the gap, at least. The huge problem would most likely be Wing on the Devour. Would really try to cancel out all those assassination attempts, I suppose. But I suppose if you can try to separate them, I guess in the form of a Mordekaiser, perhaps that would be the plan.
Take a look at your turret plates. slightly in favor of the Dragons. Most of that happened from the bot lane as push continues here. I think Ozzy's going to be able to take this tower. Like we mentioned, also picking up the Proto Belt first. Sometimes we've seen the Mordekaisers also rush Nashor's too. For the little bit of extra attack speed, able to push pretty fast, but instead opting in for the gap closer, as well as that extra little bit of burst and cooldown reduction. Continues to do his best to farm away as 3C's starting to fall more and more behind here. I'm actually a bit concerned. He is a gangplank, he'll be useful later on, but as far as this lane phase goes, it's been a bit of a blunder, to say the very least, as his tower goes down.
Yeah, I think you're right. It has been a trend with 3Z not having the favorable matchups in the top side. And therefore, it's hard for him to feel his presence in the mid to later phases of the game, as he still takes a while to ramp up because of the unfavorable lanes that he has experienced.
You can only have unfavorable lanes so often, Riku.
That's true.
It's been 9 games now.
9 games already.
9 games for HKA, and, 3Z's falling behind in almost every one of them,
That's
unfortunately.
true. That's true. Oh well, hopefully the barrels will just be enough for that impact into the later phases. But
Another
this
Rift
is
Herald.
now. Rift Herald. This is the now. Cannon Barrage still have yet to be used, so this could
Minji's just pushing bot lane, by the way.
Ooh, he has teleport, so
Yeah,
that's
teleport
why.
available. It's going to force 3Z to have to answer him in the bot lane as HKA continue this clear out in mid lane. Infernal also going to be spawning in about 10 seconds. That's actually going to be the back coming out from Chile, so HKA will have the priority and pressure to take this if they wish. You already see a bunch of pings coming out here from the top side here of Berjaya Dragons. Enzo's going to go ahead. They go for the Dragon instead, letting the Rift Herald go over to HKA. They find it a little bit more valuable when it comes to their composition, I guess.
Yep, looks like that's going to be a trade. Meanwhile, HKA does want to speed up the process, I suppose, of taking down, Berjaya Dragon's space in the map. So this will be a trade, and it seems to me they'll be comfy with that because it's just the second dragon anyways, since they took the first, I believe. Therefore, it stalls out the Dragon Soul, and that's less pressure for HKA. You only have 2 Rift Heralds, so therefore, gotta take that one instead.
So with Rift Herald now, can try and... Well, they might try and crack open this mid lane tower. The amount of pressure our teams have always tried to go in mid lane, it's a bit crazy. It reminds me a lot about LST. LST last year was, if you lost mid lane tower first, you lost game. That
really
was pretty much the mentality of, that's how much they defended this first tier tower.
So that's why there were so many standoffs.
Yeah, and especially, too, with how important dragons are in Season 10, is if you get that first tier tower in mid lane, you're usually able to get some vision into the jungle, get control, and get priority down toward the bot side of the map. That's pretty much why HK have just decided to just keep their bot lane here in mid and continue to farm up, as same will happen for the Dragons. K2 can always clear out the wave with a bullet time if needed.
Exactly. And it also helps that...
that's why they're even teleported! That's how much... And they're buffing teleport here soon, remember that.
Oh,
Next
no.
patch, teleport's going to be ridiculous if it goes through.
It kind of works before... correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a time in League of Legends where you had the movement speed bonus and then you teleported to get the fountain movement speed?
It was home guard.
It was home guard, yeah,
guard
exactly.
telly.
So it kind of will work like home guard. Now it's back.
And remember, they got rid of the enchantments because the only thing people would take was home guards.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you're pretty much asking everyone to only take teleport by that logic.
Because it's such a good engaged tool. I mean,
and that's why it's good where it is.
Exactly.
You get punished for using it badly. And you get rewarded by getting a free teleport around the map as a summoner spell. Alright, Rift Herald popped here in mid lane. We'll see if the Dragons decide to put a bunch of resources to trying to prevent this. Yeah, bullet time being used, literally. Teams will defend this with their lives, Riku. Any team that plays slow, like these two, They will do anything to keep that from falling. So it means the Rift Herald, it's only there for a chunk of damage, doesn't get any free gold on the map.
Yep, that would be the plan, as K2 would be on guard duty here. Yeah, I guess I understand, since it's very risky to do dives at the comp that you have. It's not like you have a clear escape path as well. Meanwhile, 3Z, especially that you have 3Z on your team on a Gangplank, therefore you can't really do stuff as 5s for now. So this is basically the play style that they're opting for. Meanwhile, Minji, I'm actually looking forward to Minji's performance here, as I think he's almost completing the Lich Bane for Echo here. So he's gonna hurt a little bit more, especially if you go E-dash in auto.
I just like how the roles are pretty much identical as far as our gold. It's like, you know, solo lanes, you know, your solo lanes as well as your bot lane. Same thing for HKA.
Yeah.
And then the jungle, and then the supports. This is pretty much as mirror as this game is gonna get.
Perfectly balanced.
No, that's not how it should be, Riku. We're not even gonna finish the quote, alright?
Oh, I thought you were gonna be on the same page.
No, I'd rather snap this game out of existence the way it's going. It's only 1 kill and it's 21 minutes, Riku.
It's 20 minutes.
It's just, let's clear mid lane as long as we can.
Oh boy.
And both teams just feel confident enough that they'll have the better late game, I guess.
Yeah, the only time you'll probably see a fight ensuing is when Dragon Soul is gonna be on the line.
Yeah.
But this will keep going. Split push, especially you see HKA having triple teleports, and then Berjaya Dragons having 2. Oh, Enzo!
Alright, catches out 3Z. Here comes Minji over toward the side. He's going to get slowed up. A decent amount of damage coming out. 3Z. Oh! Able to get to safety there, as a lot was burned by Enzo, but not able to find it. Meanwhile, mid lane, though. Oh, you know what time it is. It's bullet time.
It's bullet time.
Okay, no.
Okay, never mind. Because they backed out.
Infernal is coming up, so I think HK would rather prioritize that, because they saw Enzo on the top side of the map. And because of that failed attempt to take down 3Z, they are going to lose out on the Dragon here. It's fine, though. Dragons are 2-2 now. There wasn't a threat.
Oh,
let's
I
see.
was afraid for K2, but
he's got a lantern. Let's take a look here at what happened top. Oh, it's just a sneaky Rek'Sai.
Sneaky Rek'Sai, not a lot of vision to work with, but 3Z. Wait, was that an Abyssal Voyage? That looked like an Abyssal Voyage.
Unless Wing just canceled it.
Yeah, I
it's
think
like,
Wing just
you're
canceled.
fine.
Yeah. You're good, you're good. Probably brought someone else, not very sure yet, but...
It's Baron.
It's Baron, although...
And no one going to take it.
Yeah, exactly. We've never seen this close of a game on where someone tried to pressure Baron, except probably an LST team.
Yeah, usually
maybe Liab.
Usually Liab's the one that wants to try and go for the Barons that are risky. HK, they're just going to clear out this mid lane. Oh. Alright, Riku, you got any good stories? We're going to be here for probably another 15, 20 minutes.
I don't even know where to start for good stories. It could be anything at this point. Oh. I do have one interesting story.
Alright.
I'm a big fan of Optimus from the VCS.
Okay.
And then there was a time where GPL was held in the Philippines, and that was the only time that I wasn't there. And Optimus was playing, and I wanted an autograph. So I asked my friend to ask for, an autograph for me.
Okay.
My friend didn't have anything to write on, so she used a tissue. A tissue.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, okay, I'll take anything because I'm happy.
That sounds very cliche. I'm just saying this right now, Riku.
I'm sorry, there's no punchline. Okay, the punchline, I'll get to it. I never got the autograph. It got lost. Now I'm sad. Now Optimus doesn't play.
That's all?
Optimus doesn't play. So, yeah. There's my story from the throwback. The fangirl in me.
The fangirl sign my tissue senpai moment. Bullet time again. Hey, they finally go in, but there's a lantern. He's completely fine. Re-engage comes through, and that's going to be the hook. That's going to force Wing to have to back off. Enzo goes over the wall into the knock-up, and they're able to take down the Kench. Chaso tries to answer back with the unleashed power, and the cannon barrage. It's not enough, and you see how much is used to take the mid lane. Meanwhile, bot lane, second tier tower is going to get taken down by the Echo, and top lane should follow.
That is a huge win for Berjaya Dragons. No kills whatsoever came off out from the Berjaya Dragons.
You see how much they want this tower. It's ridiculous.
And the thing was, that was a misfortune already locked down because of Barris. Oh, it's just that there was no follow-up. And so even almost died there. And their aggression, they've invested so much, they lost 2 towers there. Whew.
I'm glad we got a little bit of action.
Yeah, same here. And I got my story out.
Now it's just not... Now we go back into this pattern for the next... oh, Infernal's in 2 minutes. Okay, we might have a fight over Infernal. Actually, no, it's not Soul Infernal. Make it 7. Whew. Unless it's Soul, like you mentioned, I doubt these teams are going to press forward.
Yeah.
Even though, like, Dragons have a 4K gold lead, by the way. The Echo is going to start coming online as far as damage goes.
Ooh, yeah,
and that's why he's been able to split push so hard, is because he has that Lich being completed. On top of that, he's been farming up a Storm. That's over 10 CS a minute. Same with, like, K2. It's just a farm game for both of these squads.
True. In terms of composition, I suppose, I really favor the Dragons more. I think it's because of how slippery they can get. And that goes for the Lantern. I think I prefer it rather than the Devourer because you can still jump on the Tom Kench, wait for Wing to release whatever is inside his mouth. And there. That's why I prefer the Dragon's comp in general.
And back we go. 30 seconds on Infernal. Oh, Minji gonna jump in, gets a decent chunk of damage on a 3Z. Can just rewind time if he decides to, as there it goes. Tower gets taken down. It's a split push game for the Dragons. His mid lane continues to be hold. Ooh, K2 starting to get some decent chunks of damage. He's got 3 items completed. He opted not to finish off his boots, instead opted directly into the Bloodthirster after the IE Essence Reaver.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, wait.
Minji, getting pretty aggressive here. He's got his ultimate available. Going to rewind time. Unfortunately, he's not able to do it because, like you mentioned, Abyssal Voyage can come up any time they're able to find the kill. That's a lot used, though, and guess what? That allows the Dragon to go over toward Berjaya. And will take their 3rd Dragon of the game. Rather aggressive positioning, though, coming out from HKA around this Baron.
Yeah, are they gonna be thinking to take it? Because that's 35 seconds for Minji.
Yeah.
But Minji has teleport. We'll see how fast they can take that Baron while it's ongoing. We'll take a look at that replay here.
Bottom left is also our live feed, so pretty much Minji was able to use a lot here. Back to live, though. It's going to be the bullet time used by K2. 2,000 health. Enzo over the wall, jumps on in, and it's going to go on over to HKA. They lose 1 member as well on the side of Berjaya. It's going to be the Mordekaiser down, but HKA finally get themselves a Baron.
Secured by HKA, and with that said, they'll be satisfied with that. I think it's pretty worth. Berjaya Dragons, on the other hand, have lost 1 person on that exchange. I was a little bit confused there because their positions were a little bit swapped. Looks like that would be HKA's Baron.
Yeah, looks like just a missed smite there from Enzo, so better smite timing coming out from Hollow. And they'll get themselves the Baron. All right. Now let's see if HKA actually push with this Baron. I don't know if they will. They have a tendency to not do that, Riku.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Let's see. He's in the mid lane. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Lead the charge. No. Come back. No. No.
Still have the outer tower at bot side. So I guess they'll prioritize that first before anything else.
Okay. You get a little bit of standing hold. I just want to see some aggression, Riku. That's all I'm asking for.
Yes.
That's all a guy can ask for here.
It's because HKA's comp in general is not really like in your face kind of deal. It's more like okay, I'll see if I can get a stun in. Then we give up. Let's
Then we give up.
Then let's wait for later, or if ever someone, or if BJD decides to be the one to start the fight, then that's the time they can counter.
Let's see. Push comes in. Grab not there from the Mordekaiser. Let's see. Could be the channel coming out. Just trying to push back the wave. There we go. HKA can start knocking down towers. They're going to start with their first gold lead in the match. And there we go. Mid lane also getting pushed on in. Nice denial there coming out from the Trundle. Able to interrupt the Misfortune ultimate. As K2 can't position much farther. Ooh, that's going to force out the QSS from K2. Won't have that available for the next fight as the Cannon Mini continues to push in. 3Z in this bot lane. He's been able to farm up a Storm this game.
Minji.
Yeah, Minji top lane, though. Yeah, he's the Echo. He can take that down rather fast with the Lichbane proc. As somehow... Oh, did he actually finish the tower? He's able to finish the tower. Here we go. Abyssal Voyage is there from Wing.
Oh.
They're going to try and cut him off. But this does allow the Dragons to actually get vision down and clear out the bot side of their jungle. Like, is this truly worth here? Okay, they're going to go back in. Tries to jump immediately back on toward Wing.
There's so many.
Minji using everything he can do here. He's able to eat up a lot of HKA's time, though, on this Baron buff. And it's only going to result in 1,000 gold lead at the very end. They do pick up about 5,000 gold in favor of HKA. But Minji's just able to waste as much time as he can.
That's true. They've invested actually everyone except for 3Z to get into Minji. I think it is understandable, assuming that maybe Berjaya Dragons was supposed to respond to that. So I guess that was the mindset. But yeah, it bought a lot of time. I don't think HKA managed to. I think they got a lot, I suppose, with Baron. It just didn't seem like they did.
Well, they got a lot of towers. They got a lot of standing gold on the map, and that's what's going to equal it out between them and the Dragons.
Yeah.
But this, like, there hasn't been a whole lot of vision put down around this Drake. They do have the opportunity to do it now. A lot of vision they actually put down when taking that second tier tower in bot lane and mid is actually going to give them a lot of info when Berjaya tries to come over to contest this Drake. It's been cleared out actually very nicely by Chili, but you can see HKA maybe looking to set up a possible trap. 20 seconds on Infernal. HKA still need 2 dragons to get soul. Berjaya would be threatening if they were able to get in the zone.
This is it.
Chase looking to set up. As a good old wait 30 minutes and win a team fight Classico we've seen is Minji able to use the parallel convergence. Spots out HKA, hiding out in the brush. Dragon is spawning here. Let's see, how does HKA try and handle this? 3Z looking to set up a trap with his barrel, not able to find it. Enzo over the wall, can he go in? He gets the last cone, and it gets secured by HKA. Bullet time used, Wing goes down low, here comes Easy, over toward the side, ends up using the Death Realm immediately, and he takes down the Kench. He's going to try and hunt down Chase, but he's not able to. Cannon Barrage used over toward the side, though. HKA, Chase and them are still healthy at this point, and the Dragon is secured by HKA. As Berjaya are not able to claim the soul. Now let's go ahead and take a look back there. It's going to be another 4 minutes for them to do so. They're not stopping the back. Oh my goodness.
I was surprised that they didn't go more aggressive into that. That was actually a very beautiful bullet time. Forces Chase and Eminem to relocate to a better position. In the meantime, Ozzy did really well as too, being that painful front line, and Chase, everybody else actually were so low, so they wanted.
The fact they get away with this, actually, no one checked.
It was interesting.
Like, really? They just get away?
No one chased. Yeah.
No one chased. Okay.
Ozzy was thinking about it.
Oh no! He was late on that pull too. All right, HKA, they get themselves third Drake. Now it's going to be another 3.5 minutes, Riku. And then we'll see which team is able to get the Infernal Soul.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we're going to be seeing 3-3 apiece.
We've seen it once or twice in PCS.
Twice already.
But still, it's pretty rare. As, yeah, Berjaya just have kind of let HKA take these. That's bullet time also coming out from K2.
All right, so Guardian Angel for Eminem. That will be very important in the next team fight, especially if ever Berjaya Dragons wants to bait out, which I highly doubt, Baron. Okay.
That's going to actually be Death Realm being used instantly here by Ozzy. Here comes the rest of Berjaya. Going to wait for him to pop out, but he's got his teammate nearby. Parallel Convergence. Is Minji able to get in? No, he's a little late to the party. As Holo goes down to about half health. Let's see, 3Z just gets his barrels out. HKA, they got inside track on mid if they want to go for this. They're going to push it in.
Or are they going to cancel the forwards? Or no?
Oh, they got the port off.
Oh.
They weren't able to get it in time. There is a teleport available for the Mordekaiser. Let's see. Does HKA try and go? Abyssal Voyage being used instantly. They're going to bring the Varus into the middle of the team. What was that wing? What is the positioning? What's the logic? As the Varus is instantly bursted down. The shutdown goes on over. And if you've ever seen a throw harder in League, oh my goodness. Rest of the team follows on through. Void Rush is there. Enzo gets the kill. 3Z's the only one left. And what the yeah, I have words, Riku. Why would you bring your Varus into 4 members of the opposing squad?
That was very questionable. And I think they do have vision because I think minions were marching in that middle portion of the map. I want to check that out again because that was very brave of the HKA.
Brave.
Questionable. Very questionable. I mean, Guardian Angel went to waste there. So
this is...
So there's the official voyage. There were minions. So
What's the point?
Probably had the idea.
know, you see them. Wing. Now, to be fair, Eminem did take the ultimate too. He knew what he was getting himself into.
Yeah.
I can't blame it all on the Kench, but still, they're trying to get a flank off. You're flanking Varus. Hello?
They would have been perfect if it were, I don't know, maybe just Holo or Breezy even.
Oh boy. All right, Baron buff now there for Berjaya.
Second Baron buff in the game.
Yeah, second Baron buff. But don't worry, Riku, 1 minute until we decide who wins this game. That is how this game has always gone.
Yeah, the game of souls now. It's the game of souls. Who gets the soul wins the game. Oh, this is
actually it's whoever wins the fight.
Wins the fight. No, because we were doing the Thanos stuff.
Yeah.
And then you needed a soul. So I was going to
so you're thinking, oh, so they're going to trade the game for Infernal Drake? Is that how it's going to go? They're all going to get aced, but hey, we got Infernal. Easy, guys.
Easy.
Oh, boy.
Okay. This is the standoff.
Standoff in mid. Dragon's already... Oh, that was a QSS already burned here by K2. Death Realm was popped. Hollow's going to be caught out toward the side. Hook lands. Chili. It does get cleansed immediately here. 3Z, though, unfortunately, is able to get himself big flank, though, from the Echo. And that is what Berjaya need. Who cares about the damn soul? They can maybe look to pressure in on an end here, or at least get the inhibitor, as death timers are pretty long at this point. Look at bot lane. They got a minion wave. That might be the call. Who needs Infernal Soul, Riku? When are you going to get an insane flank on the Echo?
That's true. There were no... actually, there was not a lot of vision around that area as well. So therefore, it was free for Berjaya Dragons for that
Freezy. He's too far forward. In comes the Rek'Sai. There is the kill. And man, Riku, what a way to end it. We don't even need the soul fight. We need...
the standoff.
We need a standoff, and the Dragons take it. HKA fall now to a 2-8 record.
Nicely done by the Berjaya Dragons. Like, patience is a virtue. They played to their strengths, and standoffs. That's the key for the Dragons here.
Yeah. No. Dragons. Why did Wing? I get the idea from Wing.
Yeah.
He's trying to get in as a Kench and try and interrupt and be a bit of a nuisance in the back line of the team. But then Eminem is like, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's like, damn it, I'm in. That's what he's saying pretty much at that point. He's like, you got me, I'm convinced. And he just went in with the Kench ultimate. Oh, if it wasn't for that, that would have been, a pretty even game for HKA.
Much longer, I am guessing. Probably even a Dragon Soul fight. Oh, but Yeah.
I think we're going to take a look at the final team fight, so let's go on over and see that. It starts off with the death round being popped immediately by the Mordekaiser, just try and lock down the Trundle, and then the rest of the team follows through.
Yeah.
Minji with a huge blank.
That was great. I think they had an idea. It's just that they were already, HKA was already too committed, too far off. That was explosive. That was the perfect setup. And thing is, 3Z had to walk from bot lane to middle, therefore he was not present, aside from probably the cannon barrage, which was unleashed. But again, barrels weren't present. It was a tough game for HKA.
Yeah, you see? There's a couple cliff sides in that gold graph. One from Berjaya. And then, you know, HKA is like, we could do one better. We'll have it so it comes through our gold graph, goes up into your gold graph. Questionable call.
Yeah, that
Questionable
was,
call.
That was.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm actually glad to see this game for Berjaya Dragons, especially on Minji's side. I'm expecting a lot more avenues for the Berjaya Dragons to seal victories. Like, last time we saw them invest more into K2. Now it's more of the 1-3-1 coming from Ozzy and as well as Minji. So perhaps we can see more of that against all of these teams, especially the former LMS squads.
Yeah. Damage numbers there. Yeah, Holo didn't do a whole lot on that Trundle, did he?
Not a lot. Again, the Trundle.
Again, I don't like the Trundles in PCS.
Hard, same.
It's just like, oh, you lock in Trundle? Okay, you're going to try and win at 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yet usually you don't have the better team comp. MVP going to go on. I'm going to argue that the Echo should have got that. I think Minji's flank is the sole reason that game was ended.
Yes.
But okay, we'll give it to the Mordekaiser. All right, production.
Yeah, he gave 3Z a hard time at the top side.
But 3Z just farmed up and he was equaled out at the end of the game.
That's true.
So it wasn't like, oh, he was shut down for the entire game. It was still a relatively close game, and we'll give it HK credit. Honestly, if I could give MVP, I'd give it to Wing or Eminem. That's the real reason Berjaya won. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Riku.
Yeah. I understandable.
Oh,
that was an interesting call.
But 7 KDA on the Mordekaiser. He's going to be pretty happy there. So congratulations over to Berjaya Dragons, as well as Ozzy up in that top lane for getting himself the MVP.
Clap, clap, clap.
Clap, clap, clap.
Long game, but
that's all they get. They only get claps.
They get a clap, clap, clap.
Like, yeah, I'm just not impressed with the Trundle jungles ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather go Olaf or maybe Xin Zhao, but Trundle is a little bit lower in my eyes.
Like, I guess maybe they're like, yeah, we can interrupt the bullet time. That might be their idea,
yeah,
but
that's true.
Who knows, Riku? Our next game, though, it's going to be AHQ taking on Machu, which should be actually a really good one. So be sure to tune on in for that. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. When we're back, more PCS.